Sorry.
A challenge awaits, and a challenger stands. But which will endure? The eye knows the answer.
I see. Can the eye tell me a lot of numbers? Demonstrate awaits your rival seeker. Do come speak with me after you're finished with him. Been waiting for you. Alright.
The Great Guardian commands, and I serve.
Alright. Just random sentinel. Call the Bezimo. Sorrel and two Drieg on the inside. Human empowered. Oh, they've levels in XP unlike the guys inside. Secret Drieg. She appears to be crying. No, Ian appears to be crying. Are you alright? I've got you, okay? I won't let you go no matter what happens. Just remember that. Just excuse me? What did they do with them? I told you, they ate them. Lying? I'm not lying. Who lied about such a thing? I saw with my own eyes. They ate them. The living, the dead, children. They ate the children right where they slept. Mothers, fathers, entire families slaughtered without mercy. Slaughtered and fed to the living. Excuse me? Look at Daddy, sweetheart. Just look at my eyes. Don't look at the fire. Look at me and take my hand. It's gone, all of it. All gone. I don't know how this is possible. It's as if it was never there. All those people just gone. Please, you can't. They're just children. Oh, please, no. Please. The city is burning, like the embers of an iron forge. I saw it with my own eyes. Heard the screams of thousands as they were eaten by liquid fire. Men, women, children, all consumed like fodder for an insatiable herd. There is disease within the eye. Darkness that spreads like a storm, as consuming the flesh, tainting the vision. It consumes those who see, cleanses them with eldritch fire. Those who drink of its gifts shall burn, the eldritch sun will feed upon their final breath. The eldritch sun rises. When the eldritch sun rises, nothing will stand against its glorious rays. All will be punished. All will submit to his will, or burn in his cleansing light. All shall burn as the eldritch sun rises upon this land. Fear and sorrow and pain, festering in the depths of this darkness, will wash over all creatures as his cleansing light brings with it a new day. Just run. Run and don't look back. Run! It burns, it burns, it burns! Are you insane? Okay. We might have, seen prophecy in relation to stuff that we've already dealt with, or could be yet to come. It's hard to be sure. Okay, so all these give, these emblems for blessing your equipment. Alright, that's fun. Instead of the useless potions and shit. Well, they're not useless, but you know what I mean. Endurance, the will to carry on through all adversity. It's a Oathkeeper item. It's only level 35 though. It's a step down from what I'm used to after the other thing. Again, because it's built with with your coming here in Act 1 in mind. Though, admittedly, it's also does make quite a big jump with Honored to level 65. Okay, that's not bad. If only I did cold damage. Huh. Oh, actually, these are 65 as well. It was just... that was 35. Cool. Tooth Savagery. Yeah, I could do it. Oh, well, physical and lightning? Yeah, I might be siding with Bezimo. I didn't think I would be after, giving up my minions, but Bezimo has a bit of, lightning boosters. I might go with them. Maelstrom.
Put it to good use.
left of my wares.
It's like only one bit of kit there's, you know, that's calls out to me, but the rest not so much.
See you around.
The rest are all for abilities I don't
Raven
use.
spoke of your arrival.
I see. Carmack. Sorry, but I don't have time to talk to right now.
A real test of your skills, then. I look forward to seeing you in action.
Wait. Wait! The chick from the Malmouth thing. This is her. Hello, Countess. So we finally do get to see her. Sure you do. Which got bounty table. The no trust. You have got to respect it. Like, I'm sorry, stranger. We can talk later. Cargo.
Greetings, Seeker.
You're chipper.
Let me clear your mind of regret.
There are ulterior motives to my selecting this location for a conclave. The Seers have no doubt felt it by now, and their spiders have suspected. Yes, the veil is thin here, and yes, that enables the cult to better work with the gifts of the Eldritch realm. But another source of power, lies buried at our fingertips. At my behest, one of the most gifted scholars in the veil's mysteries, Mazan, is working on harnessing this power. As well you know, there are other realms, other constructs of the primordial gods. The statues adorning this sacred place are more than just decoration. They're conduits between realities, and could be manipulated from a gateway with enough force of will. I believe Mazan is close to a breakthrough, and once he succeeds, we'll have an entire realm of untapped potential to harness for our purposes. I, for one, am eager to see what we will uncover, if past experience is any indication.
The oracles of Dreeg spoke of your arrival.
Sounds familiar.
Their mad choir whispers of you marching alongside our forces into the tomb of the Eldritch Sun and emerging triumphant. But even their eyes cannot peer into what I offer. The Shattered Realm is unlike anything mankind has ever witnessed, teeming with wealth and power beyond imagining, but also dangers not unlike those that we face even now on Care. But before you can enter this treacherous reality, I must know that you are indeed the one the oracles speak of. Earn your place within our camp, and we can speak more of the Shattered Realm's mysteries.
What is the Shattered Realm?
It is very much a reflection of our own physical reality, but broken and distorted. Whatever entity crafted this realm, it seems it has long vanished, and with its absence, the world crumbles. As far as I know, it goes on forever, but as its light fades, so the insatiable darkness consumes it. The deeper you dig, the tougher the opposition may become. Occasionally, you may encounter powerful guardians of the realm that will seek to stop you. But should you triumph against them, vast wealth awaits. Upon entering the Shattered Realm, you will appear within a shard. The way forward will only open once you've gathered enough souls from its forsaken denizens. I shall keep the way open for you, so that you can return during your current journey.
I can prove myself.
The Shattered Realm is not some playground. It carries great risks, and I must know you are prepared. Speak to the emissary, earn a right to battle alongside one of the courts gathered here, and we shall speak again.
I'll be determining which call I side with based on the gear they offer. Also, they even have nipples on those statues. Huh. Sony just censoring this whole bit out.
The emissary warned me of your coming, but whether you may remain here is not a matter of his choosing. I will decide who stays and who dies. Are you prepared to face the trials?
What are these trials?
Save your questions for the scholars. If you are to survive out here, then you must be tested against the terrors of the Eldritch Realm. Are you prepared to begin or not?
What's your role here?
Right now, my role here is to determine whether you are worth the risks of bringing into our fold. Now, are you ready to begin or not?
Sure. I'm now hostile with Eldritch Horrors. And here I thought that was a given. Wait, I could be gaining rep with Eldritch all this time. Well, against, but whatever. I've killed so many! So many! Oh, god damn it. I didn't know coming here. I thought these were like the one creatures that didn't have a rep faction. Because I didn't see any reference to it online. The wiki just mentioned golems and that was it.
The emissary was right, as usual. You have earned the right to stand among us in the real trials to come.
Your role?
By the blessing of the Covenant, I am the mistress of the Sentinels. Those sworn to guard the interests of the Three and the survival of our people answer to me. They swear their oaths to the gods and to me.
The trials.
Our battle against the fiery fury boiling beneath the sands, of course. A forgotten god stirs. An ancient enemy of mankind threatens to destroy us all. We must rise to face this threat before all is lost.
I see. Okay, so Solel, what do you offer? Physical, pierce, internal drama, not bad. Chaos, fire, vitality. I'm noticing a running team here. It's just like 2 ranks to summon skeletons there. Of note, but I've moved away from having minions. What's Dreeg like?
A marvelous performance, sewn into the tapestry of fate.
I'm pretty awesome.
Perhaps there is value in you.
This was nothing. Like seriously, you call that a trial? I struck down the Ligorian. And his, you know... Ooh, I never noticed you before. Sorry, a bit busy? I'm a bit well, I'm a bit busy. I'm a bit busy right now. Couldn't read.
What a delightful performance. What else can you do?
Guess you'll find out. Oh, here's Dreeg.
Come see what's left of my wares.
Piercing, Aether, Acid, and Poison as expected, really. There is a bonus to Lightning. Didn't see any lightning on the... Ooh, bonus to all elemental damage? No, that's of note. Okay, that's nice. I actually kind of already have it. Okay, you know what? I should be able to, Forgotten Gods, Cults, Shaman. So, which god do I choose? They're saying pick a different one on each difficulty level. basically, the general advice here has just been movement skill. You know, just pick whatever's best for that. Um, you know, just pick a faction. Each faction offers movement skills. You know, what I pointed out before. Pick the best one for you. And just, you pick that one first. And then on Elite, then Ultimate, choose different ones. So, yeah, I was just curious if there was like a... Like, shamans get a special preference in Dreeg over Soel, and, you know, that kind of thing. Doesn't seem so. They all have their own unique quests. And apparently after you get to the Vanguard, we saw it on the map, after then they all have the same storyline. It's only the earlier on quests that are different. So, of note.
See you around.
Maybe I'll go with Countess over here. And actually, there's the elemental damage again. There's lightning damage. There's, yeah. So, I might just go Bezalel. It doesn't really seem to matter. And Bezalel has Shadowy Assassin and Leaping Mantis. Sure, I'll go with Leaping Mantis. So, sure, I'll side with Bezalel. And that had been my initial idea, because Bezalel is all the minions and shite. But then I decided to go move against the minions, but still seems fine for me. Still seems fine for me. It seems you passed the test. Congratulations. Think carefully about your next move. Choosing to serve one of the three is no small thing. Whom do you serve? I'm a humble and lifelong servant of Bezalel, but this was a choice that was made for me. Not all were as fortunate as you, though I am thankful for the life my service has provided me. It was made for you? In a way, yes. When I was very young, I answered the call. Schemer came to me in a dream and showed me what my life would be in her service. I had never felt such purpose. Before. I knew then that I must be serve Bezalel. Left home and began searching for clues to our grand web. So you could say my decision was made for me. Bezalel called and I answered. Interesting. Does anyone else comment or anything? It's kind of disappointing there isn't like unique music for different areas. I swear I've heard this. Actually, no, I've heard this on the main menu screen. That's why it's so familiar. Never mind. I thought they were just like reusing it, you know, Burwitch music or what have you.
I could hear the battle from here.
I was like summoning Tor.
To open your eyes to powers beyond imagining, to secrets better left uncovered.
Questions? Imagine you do. Why is this place so important? The Corvin Base was once home to a culture deeply rooted in tradition and faith, where an oath made upon the temple steps was worth more than gold. Here was a land of purity by fire, of virtue through zealous faith, to God of unfathomable power. But such blind belief can prove dangerous, as the Corvin people learned. Tragedy struck as the land was torn asunder by violent eruptions, and the people scattered to the winds to escape the fury of their celestial patron. Now, this same being, this forgotten deity, stirs once more. And done stand against it, may not be the Corvin Basin that suffers this time round. We're your masters. I'm the humble servant of the witch gods. By their guiding hand, the secrets of the Eldritch realm are revealed to me. All they ask in exchange is loyalty and sacrifice. Those gathered here have given much of themselves, and they will give much more, still, if the tree demand it. So what is this grave threat? A god long forgotten has re-emerged. It is a malevolent and spiteful creature that has ravaged this land and will do the same to all of Karn if given the chance. You've heard of the dead god Catan, no doubt, and the terrors that it spawns even in death. This god, Korvac. Remember, we found the tomb of Korvac elsewhere. Interesting that the tomb of Korvac is all the way over there and there's this here, but I guess that's where some of the followers ended up. The why it's called the tomb of Korvac, I don't know. Maybe it'll be nodded and referenced here. Probably not. Or maybe I was wrong in thinking the tomb in the mountains was called Korvac, Tomb of Korvac. Maybe it's a tomb of something similar to it, but not the same name. Maybe. This god Korvac is very much alive, and his followers grow in number and power and strength each day. The awakening of this being is a threat to even the witch gods themselves, and so we're to put a stop to its return before it's too late.
Ah yes, ever driven by action. I admire your
Misclick.
conviction. The fated
Shit.
hour is nearly
Meant to
upon
ask the
us.
last question.
Soon we shall strike as one against our formidable foe. But we cannot act brashly. Precautions must be taken. Each of the cults is preparing in their own way. Speak to the masters of the cults of Bismiel, Drieg, and Salile. Learn of their methods and align yourself to one cause. Draelus, Basila, and Sagon are already expecting you.
I'm going to stop here for a second. BRB. Hey, folks. Sorry, I had to stop there. It's a nuisance I haven't had to deal with for years, since before I moved up. I had my computer down in the sitting room previously, and now it's up in my bedroom. Basically, we have cats in the house. They have litter trays in the house. They are quite loud. I could hear the scratching from up here, the tearing on the plastic. It was going through my fucking head. OBS, Grim Dawn. Okay, you can hear me. I had to blare music just so I wouldn't hear it. Okay, you can hear me. You can hear the game. Well, could. And, okay, I'm recording. You can hear the game. You can hear me. You have vision. All's good. I'm still paranoid the music's going. There's only Grim Dawn and OBS, but went for the music, just kick it randomly. Remember recording once on my Mac. I hadn't closed down my Chrome ran. Still Chrome open, but paused. Like video on it paused. And then I was I was meant to recording my original troll character for, my WoW playthrough. And randomly a TV video started playing. Very strange. But anyway, oh, I gained 100 to each cult. Nice. Nice. And 1,000 iron. And 2,000 XP. So yeah, I'm just paranoid of a repeat, especially if I don't notice. Once I was listening to stuff on my phone, I stopped recording for a mo, started listening to stuff on my phone, went back to recording, played for an hour before realizing my phone was still playing. And I ended up losing that recording. It was my first time through Reign of Chaos. That might still be on the channel, I don't know. Yeah, actually, no, that is. I've taken down some older footage, but yeah, that survived. And my phone isn't going to start playing music now, is it? No, it's muted. Why must I choose a cult?
While we may be allies in this endeavor, the cults do not always see eye to eye on all matters.
Drieg
It is
groaned.
best for the sake of peace that you assist only one of the cults. Do not be concerned, though. The others will not see you as a foe for your decision. Not here. Besides, you may not find all the methods we employ agreeable. Speak to the cult leaders, learn of their ways, and make your choice.
Could I just side with you? You seem likable enough. I could listen to you talk. And which cult do you belong to?
When I first stood before the witch gods, I said to them that I shall serve in this life and the next if need be. But I shall only ever serve the three. Not Bismiel, not Drieg, not Salile. And so, I am the herald of the gods, the one who spreads their message and finds worthy allies. All the cults look to my guidance. Even the gods have sought my counsel in the past.
Makes sense. The gods are ascended mortals, but they're ultimately... Or that's, you know... I don't know how much they gained from their transformation, you know? So... This guy's an empowered mortal himself. Obviously not as much as they are. Basically what I'm saying is they may be gods, but they aren't, you know, creator deities or, you know, over gods. They're ascended mortals. And if they are mortals just with... they might have great power, but it mightn't come with, you know, divine, cosmic wisdom and knowledge, you know? So, you know, they might be just incredibly amped up mortals. Obviously they're immortal now, but you get my point. They're just incredibly amped up humans. So it would make sense for them to actually talk to their emissary for advice sometimes, because well, even experts need to chat to someone, you know. Damn it, having to stop there and whatnot has just completely addled my brain. My brain feels like there's cotton wool in it. You know what? I haven't actually drank much today. I actually forgot to drink. Like I have a bottle of water here and just forgot to actually drink from it. I have drank today, just not nearly as much as I should have. We're sadly out of bottled water, so while I have a bottle here, it's filled with tap water. I don't like drinking the tap water. Ireland has a horrific problem with lead pipes. And I prefer not to drink lead water. But yeah, basically, the god, you know, it kind of makes sense for the gods to come to him for counsel. Like, they might be gods, but they might, you know, at the back of it all, depending on their how they transformed into a god. Well, like, Drieg has gotten, you know, the 1,000 eyes and sees everything. But who knows how much he actually understands, you know? Solal and Belial, whatever. Basically, you know, they at the back of it all, they could just be, like I said, just in greatly, like, they're ascended mortals, but that doesn't necessarily come with, you know, divine cosmic knowledge and wisdom, you know? So they might need to talk to and get someone else's perspective. And if this guy is, you know, like the attendant, you know, really long lived and all this, he'll be probably a pretty good one to talk to, you know? He's worldly, you know, he travels around a lot. He's worldly, he's got experience. You know, he's got perspective and all the different perspective to them. So it, you know, makes sense. Like, you know, like I was saying, there's just basically ascended mortals. Who knows, you know, well, Drieg got, you know, the sight to see everything. You know, who knows, you know, he might have great knowledge stat, but who knows how great his wisdom is, you know? So it makes sense for them to even, you know, need someone to talk to for advice or to bounce ideas off of. Just because they're gods doesn't mean they know everything, or have, you know, perfect divine wisdom. The fact they aren't kissing my ass is, you know, proof enough of that. So I think I'm making a point. I just feel addled right now. I was fine until the count interrupted. Don't know which one it was. It's one of three. Could be Nero. He does this really weird thing where after he's gone or while he's going, he starts crying out to us, like announcing it. It's all very strange. It could be hurting him thinking about it. or maybe it's just a weird quirk of him. We think he's actually brain damaged. One of his eyes is banjaxed because before we rescued him, got a belt to the head. Thing is, we rescued him when he was very young, and I know with human babies, their skulls are pretty soft. So if his eyes banjaxed at such a young age from a belt, then it's a fair chance his brain took a bit of a pounding too. So yeah, it hasn't really affected him in any grievous way. He's a caring, loving cat. Like when my mom's sitting down on the sofa, he'll come up and like throw himself off on her and just be like all lovey-dovey, just like staring up at her, or just like utterly smitten. It's precious. Though he does sometimes seemingly forget who we are and run away from us. So yeah, he's not quite as lovey-dovey with me, because like when he misbehaves, I put my foot down and I stop him. Like he starts fights with Annabelle. Well, intentionally or not, he starts them. So I, scare him off, just for some peace and quiet, and that kind of thing. So he's still affectionate to me, but not nearly as much as he is with Mom. But yeah, basically, it kind of makes sense, like if he's an immortal servant of the tree, and whatnot, it makes sense for the tree to actually come to him for advice. Like I said, they're ascended mortals. They aren't created divine, and depending on their transformation, it doesn't necessarily imply that they've achieved divine knowledge. It's like, look at the Greek gods, they don't know everything. They're flawed fuckwits. So it makes sense for them to have someone to bounce ideas off of and to talk to. As haughty and distant they put themselves off as, it does make sense. It does make sense. That's basically what I was getting at. They put themselves off as haughty and distant, but it does make sense for them to have a guy like him to talk to and bounce ideas off of.
You are worthy of our ranks, but which of the cults will have your allegiance?
Where are the witch gods? Should they not be helping? The actions of the tree are not for us to comprehend, but it's suspected it is by their combined wills that we even stand here now, and not already at the mercy of the forgotten god's vengeance. I assure you that while they do not show themselves as they are, they're keenly aware of all that transpires here. Okay, let's go have a chat with the...
Perhaps...
Okay, actually, I had to restart that conversation. Forgot the question mark over him.
You are worthy of... Ah, yes. Ever
I'll speak with them.
Have you made a decision?
Okay, we'll speak to all of them in anti-clockwise.
You show promise. Perhaps you would be of value to Selial. It remains to be seen if the emissary was right about you.
Are you a vampire? I think you're a vampire. You serve Selial. Why should I help you?
Selial does not need your help, but that does not mean we cannot benefit one another. Only those willing to make any sacrifice, to go to any ends necessary, are of use to Selial. The world is ripe with power for the taking, if you have the will to claim it. Bismil and Drieg hope to manipulate events to glean a favorable future. Selial knows that the mighty carve their own future.
I said help. You serve Selial. Why should I help you? I didn't say help Selial. Think we got a heretic here, lads. He thinks he's Selial. What can you tell me about Selial?
Selial is the youngest of the three, but do not mistake that for weakness. His mastery of the Eldritch fire is without equal. The very essence of the Eldritch realm is for him to mold as he sees fit, and he shares this knowledge with his loyal servants. But such power does not come without sacrifice. Some must die so that others can bask in his glory. The ultimate display of loyalty.
So seems cruel.
Cruel? The world is cruel. Zaliel expects great sacrifice, yes, but in return he gifts us with unfathomable power. What god worshipped in the fallen empire can offer the same?
Touche.
Well, look what we've got here.
Decisions. Seems the emissaries left you with a bit of a choice to make, friend. Which will it be? Bezamel and her web of spies, Drieg and his fancy visions, or maybe Salal and it with ritual sacrifice? The last one sounds like a winner to me. What do you serve? What, me? I certainly don't serve any of them. I serve the god of making rigs a wealthy man. Then what are you doing here? Well, what you might call a supplier, a purveyor of particular goods, if you will. I have a special talent for finding high-end and difficult to acquire objects. Things this crew here can't seem to get enough of, particularly since they're out on particularly since they set out on their little crusade here. Something about a long-forgotten god, and then the world or some such. Sounds like business as usual to me. Wise man once said, where there's a fight, there's a fortune to be made. Who said that? Me, you fool. I just said it. It was a joke, you see. I was expecting as much. So you're a merchant. Well, that's an oversimplification. See those other trash peddlers down there? They've got it all wrong. Selling goods for iron bits is a child's game. Man isn't going to get rich playing games. No, my friend. I only sell the finest goods for favors. Favors from very powerful people. Favors that'll be cashing in when I see fit. So you just give them things? No, I don't think you're listening to what I'm saying here. I give them things in exchange for favors. They're in my debt. They owe me, you see. There's people all across this land that owe me. From emperors to dung sifters, the living, the dead, it makes no difference. They're in my debt, and when I need it most, I'm going to come call it. That's wealth right there. How do you make them pay you? Ah, that's the genius of it right there. So many people across this land are in my debt. You never know who they might be or what they might be capable of. Say I make a deal with a wealthy merchant. Then later on, I come to collect my debt. He doesn't feel like paying. I pleasantly remind him that there are lots of other folks out there looking to make good on their debts. They'll leave him to think about who else might owe me and what they might be willing to do to pay up. That usually works. And if it doesn't, I just get one of my other debtors to come and tune him up a bit. Sometimes you need to send a message to anyone else who might be thinking of defaulting on their debt. But most folks are glad to pay up when it comes time. It's a relief of a sort. Ivan for me? See, now you're getting it. That's what I'm talking about. He wants to make a deal. Let me think for a second. Yes, to come think of it, I do have some for you. You know what this means, of course? You're going to owe me, and someday I'm going to come to collect. I'm coming to collect. I'm going to come to collect. So do we have a deal? This questline will eventually result in you getting to the 5th roguelike dungeon. So, sure. Yes, let's do this. 100 XP and a worthless helm. Well, here you go. I'll tell you what. If you come back sometime later, might even have something else for you. At the right price, of course. Now you owe me. That's worthless. I'm gonna hold on to this, but still. Back so soon?
Back so soon.
Got anything new for me? Ah, just can't enough, can you? Sadly, I don't have anything new for you just yet. Come back later and we'll see if we can work something out. Might be till that new patch, like I was saying, where it brings in the dungeon. No idea when that'll be.
Weeping spines do not lie. You have come to fragment the memories of the forgotten. But who will stand by your side? Will you step into the spider's web? Or will you kindle the flame? Or perhaps you will weep for the eye that sees all.
You serve Drieg. Why should I help you?
Much purpose flows within you. Allow me to temper that potential. Through the great Guardian's eyes, we shall divine the true path beyond humanity's struggles. Let the others play with their eldritch toys and arcane spectacles. It falls upon us to strike the balance.
Drieg can see the future.
The strands of fate have been exposed to his infinite gaze. His wounds weep for our future, just as his reach seeks a path through the calamities that still await.
What can you tell me about Drieg?
Drieg is the oldest of the witch gods. He sought to know all, to witness the truth in the fabric of our reality. He cast aside the ancient warnings, threw caution to the wind, and reached beyond the curtain that seeks to blind us of true sight. Even his knowledge and wisdom did not prepare him for what he witnessed. The event changed him irrevocably, and while his mortal eyes were forever blind, so his eldritch eyes had opened. For the first time in his life, Drieg saw the world for what it truly was, and he saw rot. Drieg does not distract himself with the folly of mortal pursuits. In the end of all things, we must strike balance.
You've been quite a sight since entering our camp. I'm shivering with anticipation for what's next. But will you be at my side? Or would you rather waste your time on the minions of Drieg and Salile?
Salile. It's like Belial, but so what? You Sir Besmo. Why should I help you?
My dear, who needs to see the future when you can manipulate it from the shadows? Salile would have you play with fire and get burnt. But Bismiel offers you the true gifts of the Eldritch realm. Every hound, every raven, every fiend that's ever crossed the Veil can and will serve the Schemer. All are bound within the web. No move can be made without tugging at the strings, until finally, the spider strikes.
Bismo is a spider?
Bismiel is like a Dreadweave widow. Sultry, manipulative, and deadly. But no, she is not a spider in the physical sense. The Schemer takes on many forms, all a means to an end. A pompous oligarch, an unassuming beggar, a seductress. All the faces of Bismiel. If you would ever be so blessed to witness her true form, then you are already dead.
Because so I'd see her in the afterlife, or because she'd kill me, or because she's so potent it would do me in. Like, mortals couldn't see the Greek gods without just queuing over. Hey folks, I started daydreaming there. I was just talking, and I was like, I get paranoid. Like, did I think that or did I say that? Did I think that or did I say that? So yeah, just to stop and check. I haven't checked yet. I'll leave that up to future me. What can you tell me about Bismo?
A favorite legend among the rabble is that the secrets of the Eldritch realm were whispered in the goddess's ear by a spider. I believe it happened on a night of fire and passion, of betrayal and lust for power. The Lady of Whispers always gets her way in the end. It was by her machinations that the Empire's Inquisitors spent centuries aimlessly hunting for the witch god cults, their efforts confounded by the endless weave of decoys and lies. Only a select few are trusted in knowing the span of Bismiel's web. I have the honor of sitting at its center.
Why not? I'll work with your cult. By Celia.
Then what I've heard is true. You do have some sense to accompany your affinity for carnage. Together, we shall weave a web not even a god can escape.
500 XP, 100 its cult of Bismo's reputation. I don't see us getting much XP from the quests here. Regrettably, they don't scale, it seems. Or maybe it's just because we're just wandering around camp. Maybe it'll be fine once we get out of here. Well, what must we do?
The Schemer's web demands my utmost attention. For now, speak to Elaine here at my camp. The Forgotten God stirs within his temple, but plans have been set in motion to see to his destruction. Elaine has heard the lady's will and knows how to proceed. Speak with her. I am certain that you will not let me down.
I'll speak with Elaine.
Don't worry. I'll be well aware of your every move. You need not come tell me yourself.
Questions. Suppose it falls on me to answer them. Why aren't we attacking our enemies head on? My dear, would you have us throw ourselves upon the blades of our enemies? This is a delicate matter, and every step must be executed with precision. For now, our worshippers of the Forgotten Ones have the upper hand, and must control the Corvan Basin, but not for long. What can you tell me about this forgotten god? It is a creature of celestial origins that once enjoyed the boons of a thriving nation that adored it, but their zealous belief abruptly ended when the fiend turned on the very people that made offerings to it. Why? The tomb was its prison. The tomb was its prison, but now it seeks to return to Karn. The results will be catastrophic for humanity and Bezamel's machinations. The web shivers with anticipation what comes to pass. Must ensure it all goes according to our plan. Your role. Lady Whispers wove a web of spies and contacts that offers us unparalleled knowledge of all that happens in Karn, but like a web, it is fragile and must be maintained. I stand at the centre of our schemes and tug upon the strands at my lady's command. In the end, all play their part. Never mind. You've chosen wisely, stranger. It would be good to have someone like you at our side. Together we'll smash the Forgotten God and lay waste to his feeble minions. I do hope you're prepared for our fight. There are many battles ahead of us. Someone like me? Yes, of course. Your reputation precedes you. The trio are always watching. Battles ahead of us. Of course, battles. What do you think we're doing here? This isn't some ramshackle band of farmers hoping to survive the end of the world. We came here to fight, to put down the Forgotten God and his pitiful minions once and for all. Do hope you're prepared to fight. I'm ready.
So you've chosen to fight under Bismiel's banner. A wise decision. In the end, we all serve Bismiel's will. You might as well be doing so willingly.
Why do you serve Bismiel?
To gaze upon Bismiel's web is to witness the workings of the gods themselves. The schemer's cunning alone is worthy of reverence, to say nothing of her mastery of the summoning arts. I am blessed to know even a fraction of her vast network.
Basilia said to speak to you.
Yes. I have been tasked with the preparations for the upcoming battle, and you will assist me. The Lady of Whispers has decreed that we are to gather powerful essence from the guardians of Corvan temples. They call it blood of the Watchers, though it is not blood in the literal sense. It is pure arcane energy, turned solid within the shells of the stone guardians still roaming these lands. Find these infused animated Watchers among the ruins of the Carandox and the Temple of Osir to the north, and bring me their blood.
I'll get what you need. What are you doing here? I'm not certain why I've been called to this place. I just arrived much like yourself. I can tell you this is gathering on like any I've seen before. Why's that? Well, we're not generally known to be so open about our business. Most of us live in seclusion away from prying eyes. I've seen another seek of truth in months. But here we are out in the open with the unmarked wandering around our camp. No offense intended. I suppose it speaks to the importance of what's happening here. What is happening here? Something big. They're to speak amongst themselves in whispers, but you can hear the gravity in their voices. I heard rumors. A group of zealots from the west, following the sermon. Ooh. I've heard rumors. A group of zealots from the west, following the sermons of a mad priest possessed by a primordial god. A dark prophecy regarding the ruins of Corvan City. I've heard rumors. A group of zealots from the west, following the sermons of a mad priest possessed by a primordial god. A dark prophecy regarding the ruins of Corvan City. Yesterday, when I arrived, I overheard some of the sentinels speaking of rivers of flame and desolation, as far as they could see. Can't account for any of that, though. I've been north to see it for myself. If that's where you're headed, I wish you luck. If you wouldn't mind, I must get back to my work. Your work? Yes, my work. I study all manner of beasts in the interest of gathering new servants for Bezamel's secret web. There's a large number of unique specimens in this area. Given the opportunity, I'll spend my time here studying them. Though, between you and me, most of them are not that interesting. Massive, sharp, poisonous, twisted, and deadly. I've seen it all before. Much more interesting in a particular creature might prove to be more myth than reality. In either case, I intend to uncover the truth behind the legend. What is it? In the local lore, they call it the Maw of Enath. If it is real, it may be very old, an ancient relic of primordial time. Stories describe it as a gargantuan beast living deep beneath the desert. It appeared during times of upheaval or great conflict, revealing only its mouth to feast upon unsuspecting creatures, or to consume bodies and carrion left behind. In light of what's happening now, this may be the perfect opportunity to study such a beast. Do me a favor while you're out there, and keep an eye out for any signs of such a creature. Sure. The lady that was down here moved up. Oh no, sorry, different lady. I thought she was just a generic guard. So I hear you've pledged loyalty to Bezimo. This is not to be taken lightly. The tree expect a great deal from the followers. And what do you expect from you? From me? Wow, that's a long story. I'm all ears. Well, the simple answer is I collect ancient things, relics and runes. How I get them and what I do with them is where it gets a bit more complex. Very powerful connection between this place and the realms beyond. Tree wish to take advantage of this. That is where I come in. My duty is to learn as much as possible about the civilization that once thrived here by studying what they left behind. How do you get these relics? By any means necessary, really. There's so many tombs and temples to be explored. We know so little about the people who once lived here. They do not be shy to acquire outside assistance. Travelers willing to part with their finds. Fools unaware of treasures they hold. And of course, I'm about trolls. I had a trio, brothers, scrounging nearby ruins, but it seems something happened to two of them, and the third refuses to work as a result. What do you do with the relics you find? Well, that's where things get interesting. As I was selected for this task thanks to my talent for deciphering ancient languages and runes. Many of the objects we find are simple and have no real value, but a small number of them have historical significance or even magical properties. When I find such an object, I must first determine its nature. Some were intentionally crafted, some of them gained their properties through more nefarious means. Some can be quite dangerous. I use various spells and incantations, sometimes enlisting the help of the Dreeg Seers to determine the origin of and nature of each artifact. When I feel that I understand an object well enough, I attempt to use it, on others if necessary, with varying results as you can imagine. Trolls have many uses, after all. Nika grins. Then what? Well, to be quite frank, it is a search for knowledge and power, a race even. We seek to uncover the secrets of the past so that we might unlock them before they fall into the hands of our adversaries, those who would use such information for the misfortune of us all, as I'm sure you're aware. What do you do with these? Sounds dangerous. You cannot imagine. I've lost my fair share of trolls, and the brothers and sisters who were too careless with toying with artifacts they did not understand. The risk of injury or even death is always there, but it's part of the thrill. Keep up the good work. Win. Okay, just cycles.
The oracles of Dreeg spoke of your arrival. Their mad choir whispers of you marching alongside our forces to the tomb of the Eldritch
Just
Sun.
adjusting my headset. You can talk,
Emerging
listen to him for a moment.
But even their eyes cannot peer into what I offer. The Shattered Realm is unlike anything mankind has ever witnessed.
What is it?
The oracles.
He's kind of like a StarCraft Protoss vibe, echo to him. I swear. So I've heard similar like voice and echo to his an echo to him over there. How do the rewards work? Shattered Realm was protected by powerful guardians, many of whom will be reflections of mighty foes you may have faced here in Karn. Should you vanquish them, I shall project myself before you. Then face a choice: delve deeper into this warped reality and face even greater threats for greater wealth, or claim anything that the guardians you felt had dominion over. It's annoying you have to keep doing this. What if I wish to return into the Shattered Realm at a later time? Should you delve deep enough, you may eventually discover the means to create waystones with the assistance of a blacksmith. These fragments are a piece of the very realm you seek to explore, and will allow me to open a portal into shards deeper within. You know what? Do it. This is proper endgame stuff, but I want to give it a crack. They're okay. That's just the makes mobs resistant to crowd control, but moves slower. Shattered Soul. 15 enemies slain, 5 seconds added to the clock. Possessed armor. Okay, actually, that armor is actually reminding me a bit of Path of Exile, actually. I swear there's a similar kind of aesthetic. On some enemy there. Korvac's chosen. So yeah, it's the Kaiman's chosen, I guess, have gone rogue. Nisanak shielded. Have a foe slain. Essence of Shattered Realm. Okay. It gives me power. Interesting beastie. And now over here to next tier. Each tier will be that bit more dangerous, that bit more difficult. I'll probably just make it up to the first boss. I probably wouldn't be able to make it beyond there. Oh, this bears the same look as also, this feels like very much like the map content within Path of Exile. You know, same, like using the same areas you've seen before in the game and the same enemies. Like this is outright Smuggler's Basin, or you know where we found Ulrich and he revealed who he was. You know, oh, not Ulrich, Ulgrim. Too many alls. Stone Grinder. Charger. Mighty Shattered Soul. You auto-gather Shattered Souls thankfully. Oh, they just dropped dead. Beautiful. I also don't seem to get any experience. Not even sure if I get any rep from here. Maybe get it upon finishing. And this is the Blood Grove. It's actually pretty fitting to find Korvac's chosen here, given this is where a lot of Kaiman's chosen are. It would be nice if I was gaining rep with the Order of Death's Vigil here. Okay, didn't even realize I was fighting a powerful foe there. Webanak, the Shock Maw. The Hungry, so-and-so, the Hungering Blade. Nice conglomeration of these over here. Actually, they were saying, you know, these are Korvac's chosen. There was Korvac's tomb over elsewhere. I guess maybe the Kaiman's chosen found something in the, and they're saying the tomb was the guy's prison. Did you mean the tomb over there? Tomb in the Barag the Bloody. No, best guarding this shard. Okay. Okay. You know how over here there's Korvac's tomb? I'm guessing maybe the Kaiman's chosen found... How... Okay, the way you make it sound was that somehow Korvac was imprisoned over here. Like, I'm just taking a guess, and then we'll see how right I am. Korvac was somehow imprisoned over here. Kaiman's chosen found his spirit, they either got possessed by it, and now they're over here trying to resurrect the god. That's what it's making it sound like so far. But I might be right, might be wrong.
Well done. This portion of the Shattered Realm is clear of threats, and its power ours for the taking. I can open the way further, or if you wish, offer you compensation for your efforts. That will mark the end of your journey, however, as the connection to this shard shall be broken. What will it be?
I'll delve deeper. And I'll do it once more. Shattered Realm. Well, this is trippy. Guardian Olazor. Open call flares. Wish the enemy packs were more dense. Corvin Scorpus, Death Sting. Well, that was a waste of seconds. Not sure if I'll actually make it to the final bit of here. Though I wonder if I'll still get any reward, for what I did do so far. It'd be nice if I did. Ooh, I should have come over here. God damn. The Shattered Souls just give you an extra chunk of progress. You get some progress from killing enemies, you get more from collecting souls. I feel like you really do need bonus move speed here. Palanai's gang. Okay, there's an obelisk. So should not underestimate what they leave on the ground. Should never underestimate that. Shrine of Zaraka. Stormbearer. Make pacts. No, no interest. I was hoping it was time. I only sped read it. Maybe if it boosts critical chance, then I wanted it. Because, you know, I have a fair few things that go off critical chances. Korvax Ascended. Oh, that's disturbing. Oh, actually, no, wait. Shattered Souls give you buffs. Okay, never mind. I thought they maybe give buffs and a chunk of time. No, this is Step of Torment. Yeah, they give you chunk and come on. Animate Keeper. Radically, I doubt I'm getting any rep for these. Storm Titan. It'd be lovely if I was. Forsaken Gargoyle. Or frozen. That's annoying. Some of those rares insist on spawning their souls a bit far away and actually out of grabbable range. I'm just done here. This has been rather generous. Thankfully, the portal's just here. Hopefully this is the last one. Yes. Shattered Guardian's Domain. It's a Seal to Logorian. I wonder if it'll always be that one. Or if it's just the early few. It does make a good boss arena though. Beautiful.
Well done. This portion of the Shattered Realm is clear of threats.
Enough. I wish to claim my reward. Huge chunk of XP. Portal to Eternal Wealth. I doubt that. Splendors of the Shattered Realm. There's a shrine here. A very cheap one. It probably gets more expensive on higher difficulties, but cheap. So I didn't exactly come with a clean inventory. Hope on some level I hope there isn't too much here. Oh god. There's a merchant over there. Hopefully they can be sold to. Here's this journeyman's chest, champion's chest, ornate chest, glorious chest, ornate chest, and champion's chest. Let's go, just run around and gather what will be auto-gathered. And yes, they will buy from you. So, and they will also sell potions. Oh, now, Shattered Peddler. Empowered Bolt Splitter, a prototype weapon. Unfortunately, the vendor was slain before we could take into mass production. Bolt burst, 10% chance on attack. A trick with the loading mechanism allows for the occasional burst of ammo to be unleashed in rapid succession. Chains of Nightfire. It's a legendary belt. Gives 46 pierce damage, 67% cold damage, 66% frostburn damage with 33% increased duration, 44% fire damage converted to cold, 211 health, 1.2 energy regenerate per second, 28% poison and acid resistance, and 19% elemental resistance. Sadly, it's completely worthless to me. Empowered Herald's Mask. And that's the Herald set. It's not better armor than what I have, but I have little interest in it.
carry anymore.
Just want to maximize how much I'm bringing to the vendor at one time. Wish the game would kind of do that for me.
My inventory is full. I can't carry it. My inventory is full.
Okay. It's very nice that they put this vendor here. Was I going to keep this or was I not? Suppose I could. No. It's not bad. Oh, I never did upgrade those shoulders. That was the helm the other guy gave me. Hold on to the pants I currently have. I'm really hating this inventory management. It's doing my noggin in. I remember someone saying before that there was implications for the Death Vigil and Kaiman's Chosen here in Forgotten Gods content. And I guess we found out what that is. Oh, 55% lightning resistance. Not bad. That isn't bad either, but it's really not for me. So I could go do another run of that if I was so pleased, but I don't, not yet.
Ah, the cult of Bismiel. None has displayed greater mastery of binding eldritch beings to their will than the schemer. May her vast web serve you well.
Leave me alone, I'm in no condition to talk. What's wrong? What? Oh, nothing. It's just... I can't keep her off my mind. Keep my mind off her. No matter what I do, I can't focus on my work. I can't eat, I can't sleep. She's in my dreams. Was she ever in my dreams? All I can do is think of her. Who? Maurice, of course. She's not the most beautiful creature that ever lived. She has eyes like the stars. One sec. Yeah. Her eyes are like the stars, her hair the waves of the ocean, her smell is that of a spring day, and her, well, you know what I mean. But she won't so much as look at me. Oh, the tree forsake me, my life is forfeit without her. Without her. Get a hold of yourself. No, I'm a wreck, but I just can't go without her. If Riken finds out I haven't finished my work, he'll have me burned alive. I just can't continue without really speaking with her. I'm a coward, I'm too scared. She would never talk to a person like me. Though you look tough and brave, you could help me. How could I help you? You could go talk to her for me. She'll talk to you. I know she would. Just look at you.
It is good you found a place among the weaklings serving bismeal and dream. We do not suffer the weak here.
Very well.
It is good that you found your place with the others. Salile has no time for distractions.
Serve the three and prosper. Deny them.
With all the chaos around here, I didn't even take notice of your trials. Care to put yourself to use? Alright, what do you need? What was once a giant pursuit of a raving zealot and his brainwashed followers turned into a full-on assault on a primordial being. To say that we were ill-prepared for a conflict of this magnitude is an understatement. But it's also no secret that this region is teeming with old secrets and forgotten artifacts, resources we can take advantage of to augment our dwindling arcane supplies. I've sent out a group of aspirants to scour the Temple of Alcir to the north of Invaluable. Expecting to return by now, but nobody's seen them. If you're going to make yourself useful, go out there and find whatever they've scavenged. Bring them back to you, I suppose. Is there something you need? What do you do around here? It's my job to gather supplies for various spells, rituals, and incantations performed here in Salile Camp. It's a never-ending task, as you can imagine, particularly with everything that's going on right now. Recently, it's been even more difficult because I nosy dimwit Rickard. He follows me everywhere. It's maddening. I've tried speaking with him about it, but he just blushes like a child and runs off. How can a grown man act like such a fool? Actually, can you do me a favor? Sure. Go over there and tell Rickard to leave me alone, or I'll tell the Sentinels he's disrupting vital ritual work for Salile. That should put a stop to his foolishness for a while. Perhaps then I can get back to my work. I'll talk to him. It's about Rickard. Look, you tell that grubby stalker to mind his own business. I told him before, I don't want anything to do with him. But he keeps following me around, leaving little notes in my tent, in my gear, and in my clothes. My clothes? The grubby creeper was touching my clothes. That is creepy. You're telling me. I've serious work to do, but I can't finish it because I have to deal with him following me around all the time. Those acting strangers follow me around too. Look, I'm sorry I got tangled up in this, but you have to tell him to stay away from me. I just can't deal with this anymore. Would you do that for me? I'll speak to him. It's about Maurice. Did she speak of me? Please let it be true, my lovely Maurice. How I pine for your affection. Why should she make me wait so long? Why should she kept her love for me all this time? Tell me, what does she ask of me? You need to stay away from her. What? It can't be true. What did you say to her? You said something bad about. You said something about me. Said something bad about me, didn't you? Or you want her for yourself, don't you? I can't believe you're trying to come between me and my one true love. How could you do something like this to me? You're a monster. She'll call the Sentinels if you don't stay away. Well, I bet you will now that you set her against me. You can't do this, you understand? Why don't you come between me and my Maurice? Love her no matter what you say. Watch your back, Rickard. I'm suddenly getting a feeling of deja vu. Yeah. I feel like I'm kind of rushing in my speech, but it's just there's so much to read.
The choices you've made here have already been written.
Your fate was written upon the noose. You merely play the part you must.
Speaker, please. Spare a moment. I've been waiting. I must speak with you. You've been waiting? Yes, waiting in darkness that gathers at the corners of my mind. I've had many visions of the deeds in Devil's Crossing and beyond. I followed your path closely. Visions. My fate and Drake has granted me the gift of true sight. I see many things in far places, some that lie behind us, and some that have yet to pass. Many of my visions appear as clear as day. Others are broken and twisted like a fitful dream. That is why I am so eager to speak with you. I've seen many things of your past, but your future is hidden from me. A dark veil hangs over you, obscuring you from my sight. Even now, as you stand before me, my vision is clouded, as if something doesn't want me to see you. Do you know what it is, this darkness? Do you know why it follows you? Does it speak to you? I have no idea. You must be wary, traveler. To have your eyes truly opened, only to become blindsided is troubling. I cannot say for certain if you are a savior or the harbinger of our undoing. What else have you seen? It is difficult to say. My sight has taken a dark turn as of late. I'm plagued by a depth of hopelessness I cannot explain. Every night there are flashes of the future. Just the slightest glimpse, but each is more dreadful than the last. I lie awake until they subdue. There are many in the camp who suffer at the presence of these visions. Some have begun to give in, believing their visions are of an inevitable darkness, thinking their own lives are fleeing into the desert for the sands to claim them. Only the constant that is shown through my nightmarish visions is you. This is why I've been so desperate to speak with you. Maybe the darkness follows you, not me. Perhaps you're right, but as these visions worsen, others may come to more sinister conclusions. They may begin to perceive you as a threat to the meaning of their existence. Whatever the source of this darkness, so long as it hangs over us, I would be wary. I'll be careful. Well, thanks for the heads up. Christ. Conquer the 5th shard of the Shattered Realm. Yeah, I don't have that in me right now. So much reading there, like my god, it never ended. The never-ending blog post. Okay. Oh, Christ. There's more. They all benefited from Eldritch Horror killing. Ooh, we're now friendly with Bismil. Let's actually go back and get their thing. The pattern was better. Like I can click here and then it gets confused. Oh, I also ran past you. I just wanted to talk to you.
Greetings, Seeker.
Hello there. When you're finished with your immediate priorities, I could use a bit of help. Come back and speak with me when you're done.
I'll give you a good price on what I've got left.
That's tempting. But I'll go with this.
See you around.
Good. We now have a way to skip past some walls. Potentially. Yes, we do. Now I'm just suddenly playing Victor Vran.
Traveler, can you spare a minute?
You look like you might be able to help me. Sure, what do you need? It's my brothers. I was supposed to meet them back here last night, but they haven't showed up yet. We split up yesterday morning outside the Chiron docks to the north. There's a temple under the ruins there. They just couldn't leave it alone. Just had to go for one more. The two of them just can't control themselves. My fooling, I would have been right there with them, but I was already loaded up with as much as I could carry. Thought they'd meet me back here. That was the last I heard of either of them. I'll go back out there and look for them myself, but I should stay here in case they come back. If you're headed out past the wall, we keep an eye out for them. They've got to be somewhere between here and the Chiron docks. I'll find your brothers. Human empowered. So it seems, yeah, Kaiman's Chosen have gone Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Ooh, that's disgusting. Okay. I just wanted to check. The Calvin would serve. 12, 91, 8. Twelve 91 8. 12 91 8. 12 91 8. Well done. Died to fucking acid. Yeah, we're still getting, like, the beasts out here still count. So, yes. Ironically, the Dreeg worshipper died to acid. Christ, that's disturbing. Robles. Beetle Nest entrance, and that's not on the map. It's a secret area. And there's notes down there. There might be a way down this way.
I can't do that yet.
There's great limitations to where you can jump. Really hoping it will just let me cheat down, but no. It's probably further back this way. Okay. Yeah. Oh, I just want to go down, see what notes are there, and see the dungeon. Ask for Harkin of Death's Vigil. Two neophytes, and here's Harkin. Good to see you're still in good to see you're still in the fight, brother. Seems our efforts in the Blood Grove weren't enough to stop Father Kaiman and his band of zealots, so we find ourselves chasing him through this forsaken wasteland on its mad quest to resurrect a forgotten god. Have we met before? No, but we hail from the same banner. You did a great service to the Order of Death's Vigil back in Sorrow's Bastion and the Blood Grove. Because of this, there are many brothers of the Order who have heard of you. we were in your debt. I'm glad I could help. Sadly, our battle with Father Kaiman and his fanatics didn't end there. We tried to warn the Black Legion of his folly, whilst they are occupied with chaotic and ethereal threats. No one would believe a lone fanatic could be so dangerous, and why would they? With all the unimaginable horrors that now roam Karn, one crazy old man doesn't seem like a credible threat, and yet here we are. What do we know about Father Kaiman? Truthfully, I know very little about the man, but his story is a tragic one. Despite the efforts he and his army of zealots put into hunting down our order, I still have empathy for him. I truly believe he thought he could save us all. He thought he was doing what was needed to be done to save Karn. But I fear he was misled from the very beginning, and used as a tool of revenge by a spiteful entity that wanted nothing more to punish this realm and all who inhabit it. I can only imagine what promises it made to Kaiman under the guise of Empyrean. What lies it fed him to maintain his fate. You mean Korvac? Yes, we only know the truth behind Kaiman's we now know the truth behind Kaiman's lunacy. A forgotten god that forged a new fate under the guise of Empyrean. All of Kaiman's chosen are mere pawns in the machinations of primordial beings who do not care about us in the least. We are insignificant to their plans. How ironic that humanity was exactly what Korvac required to return. We'll stop him. I wonder if on the other side is there a band of Kaiman's chosen that haven't gone crazy, like a symmetricalness thing. Seemingly no. Plus they probably won't talk to me anyway. With so many of them. So it does tie in with what the other guy was saying, that he sensed the dark power off the chosen. Paginius, diseased. Still do fun of funny, I'm getting Homestead rep. Also, I never did go and do that. I really should. Rather obvious of a secret area, but still, it's easy enough to miss, I'm sure. Oh, the maggots and beetles are quite disgusting. Oh, here they are. The writings gathered here are to serve as record of our journey to reach the lost Corvin city. The writings gathered here are to serve as record of our journey to reach the lost Corvin city. This expedition is the culmination of a lifetime of study by myself, Thomas Peterson, and my esteemed colleague, Roderick Crane. Together, we have focused our efforts on ancient lore and speaks of a magnificent city of gold hidden deep in the burning desert, city whose people and culture vanished generations ago. By following the works of Ryan the Scholar, sparse regional folklore, and a number of cryptic religious texts, we were able to piece together a potential location for the lost city. From Ryan's writings, we know that the main port of entry to the Corvin society was a place called the Cairn Docks, a massive coastal city positioned in a protective bay just inland of a large river delta. However, recovered Corvin folklore claims that the waters of this river delta and protective bay where Corvin was situated turned to flame and were burned away during the supposed cataclysmic event that ended civilization. After speaking with a number of shipping merchants and retired sailors, we pinpointed the location that fits this description. A strip of land where the desert meets the sea, just north of the Cape Arene. The terrain and weather here are apparently so treacherous that few have ventured far from the coast. It should not go unmentioned that funding for our expedition was provided by a number of wealthy individuals from both Irulan and Malmouth. It does concern me that their interest in the lost city may not align with ours, and they've sent a veteran of individuals to monitor our progress and look after their investment. I'm concerned that they may attempt to interfere if things don't seem to be going their way. Roderick assures me that whatever their intentions will not allow them to waylay us from our goal. Though I suspect he's told them they are likely to find some sort of treasure or otherwise valuable items to make it seem worth investing in our expedition. And so our journey begins. Day 23. Until today, our journey has been an exercise in the mundane. I lost track of time as I watched the ship's crew go about their routine day in and day out. I feel a bit more than a bit useless, but the captain has explained a number of times that our involvement will only make his crew less efficient. So I sit, read, watch the clouds pass overhead, and review my notes over and over again. That all changed this morning shortly after dawn, when I was violently woken by the sound of cannon fire. The shattering boom gave me such a start that I fell out of my hammock. When I rushed above deck, the scene was somewhere between utter chaos and military precision. Before I could determine what was happening, the captain ordered Roderick and I below deck. Later, when the fracas had subsided, I had a chance to speak with him. Eventually, the dawn watchman spotted another ship with no colours flying, a sure sign of piracy, the captain said. Instead of risking attack, he decided to go on the offensive, began firing as soon as the ship was in range. Whatever he did, it worked and the other ship fled, where it appears this is a common tactic among pirates of the region. They follow ships in an attempt to an attack at night, when the crew is less alert. I shudder to think that our expedition could have come to such a grisly end before we even reached the barren shores. Day 27. The captain tells me that we are nearing our destination. No more than a day's sailing left, and then an indeterminate number of days searching in the desert for the lost city. The veteran and babysitters sent by investors have been asking a number of peculiar questions about the burial habits of the Corvan people, and about the types of objects we might hope to find there, none of which I have answers to. I caught one of them reading an ancient-looking text of some sort the other day. Arunial Arcanum, the name read. It's a volume I'm unfamiliar with, though if I didn't know better, I'd say it was exactly the kind of thing that could attract Illuminati attention. He snatched the book closed and hid it in his jacket when I asked what he was reading. His scowl said it all. When asked what he was reading, his scowl said it all. Peculiar indeed. Down into the beetle nest. Crawling nest. It feels so wrong not having pets with me, but I'm burlier without them than I was with them. I believe when I get back to Path of Exile, I might do the same with my character there. Just have her as a straight melee person, rather than splitting her between melee and minions. That should buff up the issues I'm having with her. Margul the Rotten. With the life drain I had going on, I was actually able to match the damage pretty well. Drop down, drop up, drop down, drop up. It was beautiful. Poetry. Hidden remains? They weren't exactly hidden. And the enemy's stuck in the wall. Seems like we nearly reached the end of here. To be honest, I haven't really found anything of note here, you know? It's dangerous domain and all this, but there's nothing here. After the smuggler's nest, smuggler's basin, this is like one of the most lackluster hidden zones I've found. Alright, guess we'll leave. If there's any secrets there around any end, I don't see it. Don't see him. God damn, they're disgusting. It's getting late. Probably should start calling it quits soon. I wonder if I'll get any rep for killing these. 6,118. Call it Bezamel. I'll have to take another look at it when I actually start finding Hyman's Chosen. Very few quests to do around here. Very few quests, not enough time. Alright, move on, I guess. Then again, is this a hidden area? Kinda looks like it is. Maybe not. Just sometimes you can see a bit of the hidden areas on the map, and just hoping. He's desiccated. Excuse me. And random iron bits here too. Confusing, but sure. Just like, you know, iron bits are a modern take on currency here. You know? Why would this random chest here have iron bits in it? It's just for ease of us, but, you know, it's due to narrative dissonance, I'd assume. Okay, one sec. Yeah. I'm getting really tired now. I think I might just play a little bit longer and then I'll call quits. Ooh. Gadar regenerated. Oh, Hand of Altos is now rank 5. I've also just forgotten what I said a moment ago, just before that. God damn, am I getting tired. The only thing here that would be of interest in me leveling up is either these two or this. Everyone else can stay there. Now for Shaman. Could level up this. No. No, fuck it. Go with this. Nice. That's doing well. Okay, sure. I'll go clean down here. Really, I was hoping there would be a, you know, portal in here, but there was a portal so you know, just a bit back. Figure that's probably going to cover here. Unless maybe there's another fort. Sometimes I think that happens. You know what, I'm going to stop for a mo. BRB.